friend named Jen, who we actually saw this morning at the hair salon. It was really weird. So Laura, Jen, and another friend were planning on living together in an apartment at school, but unfortunately the other friend wasn't able to move into the apartment with them. So Jen and I were talking, and she asked me if I would want to move in with them, and I was like, yep, okay. So, long story short, Laura and I met twice prior to moving in together, and let me tell you, it took about 48 hours once we moved in to the apartment for us to become closer to each other than we were with Jen. I don't remember the exact time that we became best friends, but I do know that it was fate that brought us together. Shortly after, Jen was really starting to annoy us, and I feel okay talking about this because she's not here, which many college roommates experience, so I mean, it's okay. For some reason, every time she would text message or call us, she would call us Pookie, and it was really out of nowhere. So naturally, we made fun of it, and we started calling each other Pookie whenever we were around her. Somehow it just sort of stuck with us. We kind of liked it. So we've been calling each other Pookie ever since. And people kind of look at us funny sometimes, but it's just how we, you know. And Doug understands it. He calls me Pookie too. So obviously I can't speak for Laura, but I have never had a best friend who I consider my sister more than my Pookie. In fact, I'm closer to her than I am with my real life sister. Mom, don't tell Melissa that. And I'm so grateful that I found such a wonderful friend in you, Laura. I love you. I remember the week that Laura met Doug. She called me to tell me that she met a really hot guy. A few weeks later, I met Laura and her family at the beach, and all she could talk about was this hot guy, Doug. The more we were talking that night, she went into her suitcase and pulled out this hoodie. And she's like, "Isn't this nice? Doug, let me borrow it." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a nice hoodie." You know, I think it said Saucon Valley on it or something like that, you know, golf club. And then she's like smelling it, and she's like, "Oh, it smells good." She's probably gonna be mad at me for telling this story, but this is a true story, by the way. So, she started smelling it. I remember looking at her, and I was like, "Oh my God, you're such a weirdo." I wasn't sure if I should be really happy for her or worried for her sanity, but, you know. So then, after that time, I mean, that's when they really started getting to know each other, and I can tell you, I really started to notice such a change in Laura. She seemed lighter and happier, and this was only just a few weeks after they had met. In college, I always thought that Laura was such a happy person, but I can honestly say that I'm getting emotional, I'm sorry. I can honestly say that I've never seen you happier than when you're with Doug. Doug, getting to know you over the years, I can see why you make her so happy. You two have this genuine, passionate love for each other that many people wish for in their lifetime, and you're really lucky to have it. I'm so happy that you found each other by playing ultimate frisbee nonetheless. Can we say fate? I mean, really. I know that you will have such an epic love story of a life together, and I wish you all the happiness that the world can offer you. Now, I have taken a song that Laura and I love called Dear Future Husband and turned it into a song for Doug. So Doug, this is for you. Dear Pookie's husband, here's a few things you need to know if you wanna be her one and only for all time. Oh, take her on vacation, she deserves a yay, and don't forget the juice on her nightstand every day, cause if you treat her right, she'll be a decent wife. Right your grocery list, yeah, right your grocery list. You got that real good job, working that 9 to 5, and winning the money at the casino at night. Pookie knows how to cook, but I'll sing you her hook. Sing along with me, yeah, sing along with me. You gotta know how to treat her like a lady, and keep her cool when she acts crazy. Tell her everything's alright. Dear Pookie's husband, here's a few things you need to know if you wanna be her one and only for all time. Dear Pookie's husband, if you wanna get that special loving, make sure you play with entire Lexi out at night. After every fight, just just apologize. Maybe then she'll let you try and rock her body right. And even if she's wrong, she's only sometimes wrong. Why disagree? Why disagree? You gotta know how to treat her like a lady and keep it cool when she gets crazy. Tell her everything's alright. Oh, dear Boopie's husband, here's a few things you need to know if you want to be her one and only for all time. Dear Boopie's husband, make sure that she's never lonely, and know you have to let me visit all the time. So she will probably take up the whole bed, yeah. Open doors for her and you might get some cereal. You have a dirty mind, just be a classy guy. You bought a nice ring, yeah, you bought a nice ring. You gotta know how to treat her like a lady and keep it cool when she acts crazy. Tell her everything's alright. Dear Boopie's husband, here's a few things you need to know if you wanna be her one and only for all time. Dear Boopie's husband, if you wanna get that special loving, tell her she's beautiful each and every night. Oh, Boopie's husband, you better love her right.